Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. We all know those people who find it very hard to make ends meet and just living from paycheck to paycheck. But what if I told you that the problem is not as much as in the amount of money that they're making, but the amount of money that they're spending and their spending behavior? Because a lot of people actually have no idea where the money is going from week to week or from month to month. Just for fun, ask a friend or a family member how much money they spent on groceries last month. Chances are very likely that they have absolutely no idea. Well, to solve that problem, I made you a blueprint that I'm going to share with you in this video. And that blueprint shows you exactly an average salary and an average spending. And you can use it to compare to your own spending behavior. And the numbers in this blueprint are expressed in dollars and in percentages, so it's easy for you to compare. But before we dive in, I want to share with you a YouTube hack that I just discovered. Apparently, if you press the like button 3 times in a row and it lights up, you can just skip right to the important content. If you don't believe me, try it. Really, just try to hit that like button 3 times in a row so that it lights up and you can just skip. You see, it worked. Alright, now let's dive straight into the content. As you can see, I turned the camera a little bit so that I can show you right here all the numbers and the percentages. I calculated with $4,000 a month. Now I know that if you are a couple, you both have a good job, you're probably making much more money than this, but if you have an average job or you're alone, I think the $4,000 a month is pretty applicable. Alright, so let's dive right in. First of all, I wrote down rent or mortgage, and in case you have an own home, then you also need to pay your insurance and your taxes and maintenance and all that good stuff. So I wrote down $1,450 a month, which would come down to 36.25% of your monthly income. I think that's pretty correct, because usually when you are going for a mortgage, the banks will give you a mortgage that is kind of 1/3 of your income every month, and usually they don't go any higher than that. So I think 36% in the current market is pretty good. Next up is transportation. Might be a car, buses, trains, whatever. Because most of the time you need to go to work or friends or something, so you're gonna use some kind of transportation. I wrote down $800. Probably if you use public transport, it's a little bit less, but if you have your own car, you also need to pay all of the extras that come with it, except for the insurance and the taxes. I mean, also the gasoline and depreciation, all that kind of stuff. I think $800 a month is pretty good, which will come down to 20% of your salary every month. After that, I wrote down healthcare. Now, this one is a little bit tricky because some people do have a healthcare insurance. I know in some countries, for example, I think in Singapore, healthcare is even for free. In other countries, it is super expensive. Could be $500 to $1,000 or even more. And also a lot of people just don't have any healthcare. But in case something still needs to be done, with medicine or treatments or whatever, it will cost you money. Maybe use it once every 10 years, it could be. So it was hard to kind of find the correct number on this one. But in this case, I wrote down $350, which will be 8.75% of your monthly income goes to healthcare. For food, I wrote down $400 a month. Now, if you are a family of 4, this is absolutely not enough. But if you're on your own with this salary, it should be doable. And then you come down to around 10%. Your phone, I wrote down only $15, and I know that's not a lot, which would be around 0.38%. Now, guys, I'm sorry, but this $15 is doable. I am paying $15 a month, and I have enough data. I can do whatever, whenever. But the problem is that people always want to have the newest phone, the latest gadgets. They paying freaking $1,500 for the newest iPhone. I'm sorry, guys, but that stuff is ridiculous. Yeah, just get a second hand or the one that is not the newest, but the one underneath. You can get it for much cheaper. Sometimes you can even pay it off in monthly subscriptions. But just stop buying these expensive newest gadgets all the time. That's why I am pounding with my fist on the table. The $15 a month should be doable for an all-in subscription for your phone. Really, and they're pretty much everything is good what you can get for the $15 to $20 a month. I wrote down $15 a month. And I challenge you to find a phone and subscription that can offer you that. They are there, 100%. Next up is utility. Of course, your gas and electricity and all that kind of stuff that comes with the house. or the rent. In this case, I wrote down $250, which will be 6.25%. Depending on location where you live in the world, you're going to use a little bit more, you get a little bit less, maybe also depending on the weather. But $250 should be pretty good. You also need clothes, of course, and you go shopping so now and then. For the ladies, I know you're going to spend much more money. For men, they go shopping twice a year, once for t-shirts and one for sweaters and jeans. So in this case, I wrote down $200 per month. Again, I know ladies, you spend much more money on clothes. For the guys, that would say that they would spend over almost $2,500 a year on clothes, which I know even some of my friends, I'm absolutely not going to make it. But again, we're taking the average here. So all right, let's do $200 a month, which then comes down to the 5%. Sports is important, of course, to do sports and stay healthy. I wrote down $50 a month, which would be 1.25%. Now, I know some of you have a personal trainer for $100 an hour, or have a subscription to a gym for $100, $150 a month, where they have a freaking swimming pool, jacuzzi, indoor tennis court, and I don't know what kind of crap. Listen, people, you're not gonna use it. It's ridiculous, all right? When I lived on Bali, there was also a gym that was asking more than $100 a month for a gym. Koekoek. A few kilometers further, there was a gym which asked like $20 or $30 a month, and you could just walk in anytime. So please stop paying this ridiculous amount of money for all kinds of sports or facilities that you're not going to use. There are so many sports that you can do that are absolutely less than $50 a month. I think every subscription to maybe go running with the club, go swimming, have your own bicycle, baseball, whatever, soccer, football, it's all less than $50 a month. And by the way, if you now paying somewhere $100 a month and you can knock it off $50 a month to, let's say, go to a cheaper gym, you save right away $600 a year, and it's the same machine with the same weight. So I'm challenging you to look at those costs and try to minimize it just a little bit. All right, next up is to save and invest. This one is very important. This one I wrote down $400 a month, which should be around 10% of your income. Even if you're going to make more money, at least it should always be 10% of your income. Putting on a saving account, putting the S&P 500, or what kind of other investment then you're passionate about, it doesn't matter, but you save and invest towards your pension or towards stuff that was just unforeseen somewhere in the future that you suddenly need a big amount for. So please hold that emergency fund and save, invest everything else. So again, if you make $4,000 a month, $400 should be absolutely doable. If you don't, ask yourself, what else can I then tweak to still make that 10%? And last but not least, I wrote down unforeseen for just $85 a month, which is 2.13%. Always something can happen, or maybe there's something that is not in this list that you are using or that you are paying for every month. I didn't want to make the list too long because of else, you can write down 50 things or 100 things. But just maybe there is a passion or a hobby or whatever that you're doing that you say, hey, I need that, and therefore I just only wrote down $85, which is like I said, the 2.13%. Add all of that numbers up, you will end up with $4,000 and of course 100%. So there you have it. That is a blueprint for an average salary with an average spending. Now I also did the same, and I will not go over as much in detail as I did with the $4,000, but with a high salary. So let's say you have $10,000 a month to spend. How would it then look like? And especially in this case, look at the percentages to how they change comparable to the total income. So here's the graph now for $10,000 a month, and you can see that I still kept the house at 30%, so it goes a little bit lower, but the house, maybe rental or mortgage, is now 30%. Your transportation is 15%, where it was before 20%. Healthcare is now $450. Maybe there's something that you really like to do or like to use. It may cost a little bit more money, or maybe you live in a country where healthcare is compared to your income. Actually, there are a lot of countries like this. I think in Europe especially, there are a handful of these countries who just say you need to have healthcare, you need to pay for it, and it's also an X percentage of your salary. Anyways, so yeah, put that down to $450 a month. Next up, food. It's most likely that you're not going to eat more but better food, or you go out for dinner. $650 a month, which will be 6.5%, which still then, although you're spending more money on food, percentage-wise, it is less from the total as what it was before. The phone. Alright, okay, maybe you get a bit of a better phone, or the latest one in this case, $35 a month, but I still think, even with a high salary, trust me guys, the phone, it works. Yeah, you can call, you can WhatsApp, you can use the internet, it's fine, $35. The utility, with a bit of a bigger house, you probably have a little bit more costs to utility, so that's why I wrote down $450, which is then 4.5%. Which is then also in percentage-wise a little bit less than it was with the 4,000. Clothing, you're probably gonna buy that shirt or that pants that you couldn't buy before. Yeah, 4%. I think that should be pretty good, which is you knock off 1% on average. Anyways, where I actually want to go to, which is the most important one, is to save and invest. Because hey guys, listen, if you are going to make much more money, don't spend it suddenly on houses, cars, I don't know, watches, stupid stuff that you don't need, that, you know, you're trying to impress people that you don't know or don't like. Stop buying all that crap that doesn't do you anything. Save and invest as much as you can. And the more you do it, the more return you're getting, and the faster you are financially independent. But if you have no idea where your money is going, yeah, every month you feel like, oh my God, all the money's gone and I absolutely have no idea where it went. Please use this blueprint, or just write down all your own costs. If you don't want to use this blueprint, just write down all your own costs. How much are these costs, and what is the percentage compared to my total salary? And where can I just, you know, nibble off a little bit? Where can I cut down? Is the house really pricey or maybe cheap? I don't know, maybe you're paying 50-60% of your income of housing. That number, that would be ridiculous wherever you are in the world. Like, then move today, please. But most importantly, what I want to tell you is that if you are able to make more money or to cut down on your expenses, you have more money left. And please save and invest the difference, because you will make yourself and your family and your future much happier. Alright guys, that was it today again for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I know, with the first few videos I'm still kind of experimenting and looking for where I want to go with the channel, what you guys like, what you want to hear, what you want to see. Please do me a favor, let it know in the comments down below if you like these kinds of things, if you absolutely don't like it, if you hate it, you want me to talk about other stuff, as long as it is all about finances, because hey, that's what the channel is about, world of finance. We are going to talk about everything that has to do with finances. So please let me know. And of course also like the video if you haven't done that yet, share with your friends, press on the notification bell, press on all so that you don't miss anything, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.